Good morning, America, for our viewers in the West. 18 days until the final votes and the new hope for a ceasefire in the Middle East. New details on how Israeli forces killed the leader of Hamas, the mastermind behind the October 7th massacre. The drone footage apparently showing Sinwar's final moments. President Biden calling his death an opportunity to end the war and bring the hostages home.
Kamala Harris takes Donald Trump to task for his shifting position on abortion and slams him for calling January 6th a day of love, as he again questions the vice president's racial identity.
The manhunt for the former Olympic snowboarder accused of being an international drug kingpin who shipped tons of cocaine into the U.S.
New details about the death of Liam Payne, as images of his hotel room appear to show drug paraphernalia and a smashed television. The investigation after the former One Direction singer's fatal fall from a balcony, as Harry Styles and his former bandmates pay tribute.
Frost and fire. 15 states from Alabama to Maine under frost and freeze alerts, where you'll see 32 degrees and when's the warm-up. Plus, the major winter-like storm hitting the West and the fire danger in California.
The new warning about a scam that can cost you your home. How suspected criminals can steal your property for as little as 70 cents, and what you can do to protect yourself.
Sam champions skin cancer journey, taking us along as he gets treatment and what he learned that could help all of us. Good morning, America. And Will Reed's going to be here to break down all things baseball that is just ahead.
Yeah, if you're a New Yorker, maybe not so great, but a lot of other people are feeling very good this morning. Also ahead, take a look at this rescue of this boy rescued at sea off Hawaii. You see him there. He was worried about his mom missing him, and we'll have more on that just ahead.
But we do begin here with the latest on the killing of the leader of Hamas, the mastermind of the October 7th massacre. We're learning new details about how Israeli forces in Gaza cornered and killed Yahya Sinwar, Israel's most wanted man. Drone footage shows his final moments in a bombed-out apartment as those forces closed in. Israel says the soldiers didn't know it was Sinwar at first. The Hamas leader was only positively identified the next day.
There is hope this morning that Sinwar's death could clear the way for a ceasefire deal and the release of the hostages. President Biden calls Sinwar an insurmountable obstacle that has now been removed. Our foreign correspondent Tom Soufi-Burge starts us off from Israel. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Michael. Yeah, it's a big moment for Israel and this region. Yahya Sinwar was the architect of the deadliest terror attack in Israeli history on October 7th. He'd evaded the IDF for more than a year, but incredibly, it was an Israeli patrol in southern Gaza that stumbled across him and then took him out. This morning, Israel's most wanted terrorist, Yahya Sinwar, is dead. This Israeli military drone video capturing the final moments of the man who masterminded the October 7th massacre. Sinwar seen sitting inside a destroyed building after an intense gun battle on Wednesday afternoon. In a remarkable twist, the Hamas leader, who'd evaded the IDF for more than a year, was killed in a chance encounter. A group of Israeli reservists spotting 3 gunmen, tracking one of them down with that drone. You can see him throwing a piece of wood shortly before he was killed. But it was only the following day, when troops returned to the gory scene, that they realized they had killed Sinwar.
Today, the mastermind of this day of sheer evil is no more.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announcing Sinwar had been eliminated after his identity was confirmed using DNA, dental records and fingerprints. Killing him has been a key Gaza war aim for Israel. There were spontaneous cheers when his death was announced. Netanyahu indicating the end of the war isn't imminent, but saying it now could come sooner.
While this is not the end of the war in Gaza, it's the beginning of the end.
And President Biden comparing Sinwar's death to the killing of bin Laden, calling it an opportunity to push again for a hostage and ceasefire deal.
Now's the time to move on. Move toward a ceasefire in Gaza.
For the families and friends of the hostages, fear and hope about what it will mean. Within moments of the news breaking that Yahya Sinwar has been killed, crowds out on the streets of Israel, and they're calling now for a hostage deal. They believe there is more hope tonight than in months. This morning, Aviva Siegel, wife of American hostage Keith Siegel, overcome with emotion.
I'm doing everything I can. I just want Keith back so badly.
Aviva was taken into Gaza by Hamas for 51 days before being released.
Today she's fearful about what Sinwar's death could mean for her husband, who's still being held.
I'm very, very worried. I didn't sleep well last night.
What do you think it might mean for Keith, or what do you fear it might mean?
That they're furious and cross, taking it all out on the hostages in any way they can.
Guys, Aviva is so brave, and you know, she said she also wants the suffering of innocent Palestinians in Gaza to end. She also told us how badly she was treated when she was held hostage, and that's why she's so worried about what Sinwar's death means for Keith and the other hostages.
A pivotal moment in this war. Tom Sufi Burridge, thank you. And for more on the impact of the Hamas leader's killing and the U.S. reaction, let's bring in our chief global affairs correspondent, Martha Raddatz. Martha, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. This is obviously a major win for the Israelis and a huge blow to Hamas. And it is possible it could hasten the end of the war and hopefully mean the release of the hostages. But none of that is certain. When the news was first announced, there was fear that the hostages would be executed in retaliation. And of course, that fear still remains. You heard Aviva. But then Hamas would have nothing to bargain with. But President Biden is sending Secretary of State Antony Blinken to Israel in the next few days to try and reinvigorate ceasefire talks. Hamas is clearly reeling from the loss of Sinwar. And of course, the relentless attacks by the Israelis in Gaza that have left tens of thousands of dead and millions facing starvation. But this does not mean the end of Hamas terror. We heard President Biden compare the death of Sinwar to the killing of Osama bin Laden. But the president also knows what happened after that. Al-Qaeda was crippled, but then the terror group ISIS gained strength. That is something the Israelis want badly to avoid. Rebecca?
Absolutely. All right, Martha, thank you. And for more on the Biden administration's reaction, we want to bring in our senior White House correspondent who's traveling with the president, Selena Wang from Berlin, Germany. Good morning, Selena.
Good morning, Rebecca. President Biden is here in Germany meeting with world leaders and also renewing calls to end the war in Gaza. President Biden is optimistic that Sinwar's death is the watershed moment that will finally restart negotiations for a ceasefire deal. The White House has made clear that it was Sinwar himself who is the major obstacle to getting a deal done. U.S. officials are also hopeful that Netanyahu will take this win and soften his own negotiating stance. Biden said he'll be sending his Secretary of State to Israel in the coming days, and when Biden was asked when he thinks Netanyahu will end this war, Biden said very soon. Here in Germany, Biden is trying to cement his legacy and strengthen alliances at a time when many U.S. allies are deeply concerned about the possibility of another Trump presidency. Biden just received Germany's highest honor of merit, and President Biden will also be meeting with the leaders of Germany, France, and the United Kingdom, with the wars in Ukraine and the Middle East at the top of their agendas. Michael?
Yeah, big agendas right there, Selena. Thank you so much for that. And Vice President Harris also hopeful that, quote, this moment gives us an opportunity to finally end the war in Gaza. Well, this comes as Harris is aiming to shore up the so-called blue wall in the race for the White House. And we're tracking both campaigns. Rachel Scott is standing by with the latest on Trump. But first, Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce is in Wisconsin tracking Harris. Good morning, Mary.
Hey, Michael, good morning. Well, as we head into this final sprint here, Kamala Harris is now really upping the pace and intensity of her campaigning and the intensity of her warnings about the dangers of a Trump second term, overnight with a blistering rebuke of his positions on abortion.
Overnight, with abortion front and center in this race, Kamala Harris taking Donald Trump to task for his shifting positions.
Now, Donald Trump has a very different view on reproductive freedom.
During a rally in Green Bay, Wisconsin, Harris letting Trump speak for himself.
Because for 54 years they were trying to get Roe v. Wade terminated, and I did.
No, Donald, everybody did not want Roe v. Wade to be overturned. Women are dying of sepsis because they cannot get the health care they need. They did not want this.
Harris calling Trump out for trying to soften his stance on abortion after he told a town hall of all women voters this week that he's the, quote, father of IVF.
And now the man calls himself the father of IVF? I mean, what does that even mean? He is the one who, by the way, is responsible for it being at risk in the first place.
Harris upping her warnings about a second Trump term, hammering the message that he is a danger to democracy, going after Trump's suggestion that he would use the military to go after his opponents.
Journalists whose stories he doesn't like nonpartisan election officials who refuse to cheat by finding a few extra votes for him, judges who insist on following the law instead of following him. It is for reasons like these that General Mark Milley, the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Donald Trump's top general, has called Trump, and I quote, fascist to the core.
And slamming him for calling January 6th a, quote, day of love.
140 law enforcement officers were injured that day. Law enforcement officers were killed that day. And what did Donald Trump say last night about January 6th? He called it, quote, a day of love. And we are all clear. The American people are exhausted with his gaslighting. Exhausted. Enough. Enough.
Now, Harris today is out in Michigan with several events there trying to shore up support in the Rust Belt, those critical blue wall states. And then this weekend, she'll be down in Georgia before next week she's bringing out the heavy hitters, appearing for the first time on the trail alongside the Obamas. Whit.
Mary Bruce, thanks so much. And former President Trump was in New York for the Al Smith dinner, usually a light affair, and he managed to mix in some humor with the dark language he's used recently on the campaign trail. Rachel Scott is here with the latest on that. Rachel, good morning.
Whit, good morning to you. Yeah, not much was off limits for Donald Trump last night. The former president turned from making political jokes to launching very personal attacks against Vice President Kamala Harris. And just hours before that, he questioned her racial identity again and cast doubt on the integrity of the November election. With just 18 days to go and the race locked in a dead heat, Donald Trump already casting down on the election results if he loses.
If the election's not rigged, we're going to win. If it is rigged, I guess that's a different story, but we'll find out pretty soon.
The former president still hasn't conceded the 2020 election. He lost more than 60 court cases challenging the results. In the final stretch, Trump leaning into attacks questioning Vice President Kamala Harris's racial identity.
They have a woman who is black, although you would say she's Indian, but she is black. But she really, a lot of people didn't know, which is true. But
I learned about it just a couple months ago. Maybe, you know, the fact
that she's black,
yeah.
Or that she's Indian.
The fact that she's black. I thought she was Indian.
Harris was born to Jamaican and Indian parents. She attended a historically black college and was a member of the Congressional Black Caucus while serving in the Senate. Overnight, Trump attending the Al Smith charity dinner in New York, traditionally attended by both parties' nominees. Only Trump showing up in person. The former president getting a mixed reaction from the crowd, turning from political jokes to airing grievances and launching personal attacks against his rivals, even acknowledging some of his jokes crossed the line.
It's a true pleasure to be with you this evening. Amazing pleasure. And these days, it's really a pleasure anywhere in New York without a subpoena for my appearance.
Harris addressed the event in a video featuring Molly Shannon, portraying her Saturday Night Live character Mary Catherine Gallagher.
Is there anything that you think that maybe I shouldn't bring up tonight?
Well, don't lie. Thou shalt not bear false witness to thy neighbor.
Indeed, especially thy neighbor's election results.
The former president railing against Harris, still complaining that President Biden is no longer in the race and claiming he will, quote, dispose of Harris.
I didn't like Biden very much, and now I like him quite a bit. You know, and now I say that she's much worse than him. He was a much better candidate than her, actually. And when we hopefully win, dispose of her, I like her a lot, but right now I can't stand her. It's true.
Yeah, so there were some audible gasps in that room when the former president delivered that line. You mentioned, Mary mentioned that Harris is going to be in Michigan today. Former President Donald Trump also going to that state as well. He'll be campaigning in Detroit. The last time he was there, he was attacking the city, even though he was campaigning there, guys.
18 more days to go. All right, Rachel, thank you. We turn now to new CDC data signaling the lowest recorded level of tobacco use among teens. Trevor Ault is here to break down those numbers. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Rebecca. You know, they've been measuring youth tobacco use since 1999, and the results of the survey this year show the lowest smoking rates they have ever seen. Just 1.4% of the youth said they smoke. In fact, the percentage of high school students who reported any tobacco use is also a record low. Now 10.1%, that's down from 12.6% a year ago. And even e-cigarette use dropped from 10% to 7.8%. Medical experts consider this undeniable progress. At the turn of the century, more than 1 in 3 high schoolers were smoking, about 34%. But there are some areas where they still would like to see some improvement. There was a slight increase in youth nicotine pouch use from 1.7% to 2.4%. We should note, even with these low percentages, 2.25 million young people still say they're using tobacco and e-cigarettes, but this is still a major cultural shift from 25 years ago, guys.
Yeah, definitely a big shift there, Trevor. Thank you so much for that. We're going to shift gears ourselves now to baseball and the playoffs. Not a night for New York. The Guardians beat the Yankees, while the Dodgers are now 1 win away from the World Series after beating the Mets. Will Reeve is here with the highlights, lowlights, whatever we want to call them. Will, you take it away.
The highlights, man. Good morning. This was an instant classic. You got to love October baseball. We're going to take you right to the top of the 8th inning. This is where things got really good in the Yankees-Guardians game last night. The Yankees down 3-1, looking like Cleveland was on their way to victory, but there's Aaron Judge with a line drive home run to tie the game 3-3. Next batter up, Giancarlo Stanton, who's been so hot in these playoffs, stays hot. That's a bomb to right center field. The Yankees up 4-3, looking like they're about to go up 3-0 in the series. But then the stuff dreams are made of and movies are made about. We take you to the bottom of the 9th, 2 outs. The Guardians on the brink, down 5-3 now. That's tie ball game. That's 23-year-old rookie John Kenzie Noel, the man they call Big Christmas, giving Cleveland a gift. Home run, tie game. Then in extra innings, here's David Fry, another home run. He ends it. That's the ball game. And instead of facing almost certain doom in the series, the Guardians have made this a series. Game 4 tonight. And yes, here in New York last night, the LA Dodgers keeping their dominance over the Mets. That's the first batter of the game, Shohei Ohtani. That's a home run.
He's really good.
He is really good. Dodgers win 10-2. They're up 3-1. Yeah.
Big Christmas. What a great nickname.
Noel, Big Christmas.
Thank you so much, Will. Coming up, we're looking at how alleged thieves nearly succeeded in stealing a couple's home. It was all caught on camera.
Also ahead, the manhunt for a former Olympic snowboarder and alleged international drug kingpin.
And former One Direction star Liam Payne's bandmates paying tribute to him this morning, including what Niall Horan said just moments ago. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to GMA. It's a great way to start a Friday morning. A little Mary J. Blige in Family Affair. The queen of hip-hop soul is one of the performers being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this weekend. And we have details on the ceremony coming up. A lot of great acts going in.
Quite the names for sure. But first, though, look at the top headlines that we're following right now, including the latest in the Middle East. The leader of Hamas has been killed. The mastermind of the October 7th massacre. Israeli forces in Gaza cornered and killed Yahya Sinwar, Israel's most wanted man. Drone footage shows his final moments in a bombed-out apartment as those forces closed in. President Biden called Sinwar an insurmountable obstacle that has now been removed. There is hope this morning that Sinwar's death could clear the way for a possible ceasefire deal and the release of the hostages. And Ginger, you have an update on Florida Strong.
I sure do. We are really proud to give this number. Since launching Florida Strong, we are thrilled to announce more than $1.7 million in contributions to the people who need it most in the areas that were affected by the recent hurricanes. And I have to say,
amazing.
Meeting people, being able to be there yesterday, the Bullard Family Foundation, Thaddeus Bullard, who we highlighted, seeing that what he's doing. These folks didn't have anything before the hurricanes. They've lost everything. They live in poverty, and he is taking it so that they don't miss their education, because a lot of the families are prideful. They wouldn't want their kids to, go to school without shoes. So he's giving them shoes, and it's like, that's what we're helping. So thank you.
He is doing an incredible service. Thanks to you for being there, and thank you to our incredible GMA family of viewers who always come through.
Truly.
We have a lot more ahead as well, including a warning about how your home could be stolen. It's real, and it's coming up.
You definitely want to see that. All right, thank you, Rebecca. We're going to turn now to the manhunt for former Olympic snowboarder and alleged international drug kingpin who prosecutors say shipped cocaine across the Americas and ordered multiple killings. Mola Lange is in Los Angeles with more for us. Good morning, Mola.
Well, good morning, Michael. Yeah, federal prosecutors describe former Olympian Ryan Wedding's alleged drug operation as prolific and ruthless and believe he's being protected by the Sinaloa cartel, one of the most powerful drug cartels in Mexico.
This morning, a former Olympic Canadian snowboarder, Ryan Wedding, is on the run, wanted by federal authorities for allegedly being the mastermind of a years-long transnational drug operation that included murder.
Instead of using the privileges that come with being an Olympic athlete to do good for people, he did the opposite. He chose to become a major drug trafficker, and he chose to become a killer.
The FBI, here to search warrant for this resident.
This moment captured on Wednesday shows the FBI moving in on one of Wedding's co-defendants, Naheem Bonilla, in a sweeping FBI operation dubbed Operation Giant Slalom. The home formerly owned by DJ Khaled. Federal prosecutors say that 43-year-old Wedding, who competed in the 2002 Olympics in Salt Lake City, along with over a dozen co-defendants, ran that criminal enterprise, bringing 60 tons of cocaine a year into the United States and Canada, making billions by moving it around, using cryptocurrency, and allegedly using killers to assassinate anyone who got in their way.
This criminal enterprise was extremely prolific and ruthless. By ruthless, they were killers. Anyone who got in their way, they would target for violence, including murder.
Well, Wedding was previously convicted in the U.S. of conspiracy to distribute cocaine and sentenced to prison back in 2010. After his release, officials say he resumed operations. Authorities have issued a $50,000 reward for information leading to his arrest and extradition, guys.
Quite the story. All right, Mola, thank you. We're learning new details about the death investigation into former One Direction star Liam Payne. A preliminary autopsy and pictures from inside his hotel room are providing new insight into his final hours as we hear from his former bandmates. Juju Chang is here with the latest now. Juju, good morning.
Good morning to you, Whit. You know, those grim details are painting a tragic picture of the former One Direction star's passing as authorities in Argentina continue piecing together those final chaotic days that led up to Liam Payne's death. All this as fans and his former bandmates share their profound grief.
You're insecure, don't know what for. You're turning heads when you walk through the door.
This morning, we're hearing for the first time from former One Direction stars following the tragic death of their bandmate, Liam Payne. Harry Styles expressing his profound sadness, writing, "I will miss him always, my lovely friend." Louis Tomlinson remembering Payne's vital contributions to the band. "Liam was, in my opinion, the most vital part of One Direction." And Zayn Malik sharing these photos, writing that he wished he could give Payne a hug one last time. This as new unsettling details emerge in his shocking death. The prosecutor's office confirms these photos shared with ABC News were taken inside Payne's hotel room, appearing to show drugs and a smashed television. Argentinian authorities releasing a preliminary autopsy report saying Payne's death was the result of multiple traumas, internal and external bleeding, adding Payne didn't seem to adopt a reflex posture to protect himself and that he could have fallen while in a state of semi or total unconsciousness.
Tenemos un huésped que está sobrepasado de droga y alcohol. Cuando está consciente, está rompiendo toda la habitación.
The 911 call by the hotel manager in Spanish leading up to Payne's death reports Payne had been acting aggressively and erratically in the hotel's lobby moments before the tragedy. Fans mourning the music star's death, leaving flowers and posters of the singer outside the hotel where the tragic incident took place, leaving notes like, "Thank you for your music," some breaking down in tears. As One Direction catapulted to worldwide fame, Payne's voice often out in front.
I know how it goes.
In 2021, he opened up about those years where the world thought he and his bandmates had it all.
The best way to secure us, because of how big it got, was just lock us in our rooms. And of course, what's in the room? Minibar. So at a certain point, I thought, well, I'm going to have a party for one. And that just seemed to carry on throughout many years of my life.
In 2017, he released a solo hit, Strip That Down.
You know I've been taking some time and I've been keeping to myself.
But he never charted again. Reports surfaced after his death that he had recently been dropped from his record label. In 2023, he disclosed he was 6 months sober after receiving treatment.
It's good to be in this position, and yeah, I definitely don't need those things anymore. The party's over.
Simon Cowell, who was a judge on Liam's season of X Factor and the band's manager, postponing Britain's Got Talent auditions following Payne's death. Rita Ora getting emotional, having to walk off the stage during the song For You, a duet she shared with Payne. Payne's family heartbroken, sharing in a statement, Liam will forever live in our hearts and will remember him for his kind, funny, and brave soul.
And Niall Horan just released his statement saying, I feel so fortunate that I got to see him recently. I sadly didn't know that after saying goodbye and hugging him, that I would be saying goodbye forever. Now, all the bandmates referred to Liam as a brother, and Louis Tomlinson added that he wants to be the uncle for Payne's 7-year-old son, Bear, and plans to tell him stories of how amazing his dad was.
Just so sad.
Yeah. Such a loss.
Thinking about all the people in his family and the community. Okay, Juju, thank you.
Now to Scam You, and Rebecca, you have a story about a scheme that literally hits close to home for a lot of people.
Yeah, Whit, this is a warning about criminals stealing your most prized possession, your home, and you're about to see surveillance footage that authorities say shows the scam in action. This may look like a normal day at a county clerk's office, but look closely at this couple in the waiting room. Prosecutors say Michelle Cherry and her husband Victor Rodriguez were there to steal a home from unsuspecting owners.
To have someone steal your property it's like stealing the American dream. It's terrible. We've seen a big increase in that sort of activity.
According to Florida prosecutor Mike Lennon, Cherry made 3 trips to the clerk's office, stealing not 1, but 3 different Tampa area properties with fraudulent documents, using quitclaim deeds, a type of deed that can quickly transfer ownership of property.
They looked for properties that they believed were abandoned, and then they used online information to forge signatures on these deeds to file them with the clerk of court.
Prosecutors say one of those properties belonged to Larry and Dreama Bilby.
Just like that, your house is stolen. Yeah. It's gone.
It only cost 70 cents and some paperwork.
The Bilbys tell us they weren't living in their home at the time because of construction, but they were monitoring their home's security cameras, which they say showed the suspects on their property multiple times.
They took our power bill and our water bill. They shut off our name and put their names on it.
The Bilbys credit their county clerk's office with alerting them of the change in the home's title.
Anytime anything is filed against your property, you get an alert, whether it's a phone call, a text, or an email. It is a free service.
Even while Tampa police were investigating, the suspect seen here in this body cam video adamant the Bilby's home belongs to her.
I own it. I'm on the current deed.
They were stealing these properties with the intent to try to get loans out on the properties or to try to sell them to unsuspecting buyers.
Both suspects arrested.
You have a warrant?
Yeah.
And charged with conspiracy to commit fraud. They've pleaded not guilty and are awaiting trial. A lawyer for Cherry did not comment to ABC, but Rodriguez's attorney says his client maintains his innocence. Some officials are now calling for state laws to be changed, making it tougher to sell properties using quitclaim deed forms.
The fact that the form is so simple and requires so little documentation is problematic.
If you don't sign up for property fraud alert, you're just asking for the possibility that the same thing that happened to us.
It seems so easy. Well, the suspects face up to 285 years in prison if convicted of these crimes. As for the Bilbys, they say they are still trying to get their name back on the title to their home, but it is taking a lot of lawyers, a lot of legal work. Wow. It's expensive to do that. Yeah.
Frustrating and scary.
Yeah.
So, Rebecca, what can homeowners do to make sure this doesn't happen to them?
So, you saw this in the piece. Law enforcement tells us check with your local clerk's office. They oversee titles and deeds in the state of Florida. Every county is now offering the property fraud alert system. That's what lets homeowners know the moment the deed to their house has been changed, and other states are offering similar services.
I mean, just scared. Seems so easy to do.
Too easy.
And now they have to pay legal costs and all these things to change it back.
Yeah.
All right, Rebecca, thank you for that warning for everyone out there.
Now with our play of the day, and Sam Champion is here.
It's
Hello,
so nice
Sam.
to be here, guys. You know, I've been watching the show, and I think it's been pretty good so far. But there's one thing that's missing, I think. You know what it is? It's a good mascot war. All right, well, we've got a doozy shaping up before tonight's 4th game of the WNBA playoffs. So I want you to meet Prowl, the high-flying, fun-loving mascot of the Minnesota Minnesota Lynx. And you, of course, are probably already familiar with this lady, the New York Liberty's Ellie the Elephant, who considers herself truly to be the mascot of the WNBA. Well, Prix decided to poke the elephant with a message intended to get under Ellie's very tough skin. If you know anything about elephants, take a look.
Ellie, stay tuned. I got backup here right now. Do it. Yeah. What? Ellie that. With that one ponytail hanging down. And cut.
Oh, well, that was a notice, right? That's Donald Williams right there with Prix, the father of the Lynx star Courtney Williams. He's been endlessly taunted by Ellie after his daughter's stellar play in Game 1. Well, we all know revenge is a dish served best cold, so Ellie took her time to write this. Now, you've been tweeting me for a while, and I usually like to let you talk to yourself, but today I decided to stop by and let you know that paper rip really ate. I'm shaking in my Timbs. So you know, keep your eyes on the court for much more action. Now I think the show just has a certain oomph.
Oh, yeah.
Mascot
It's all about the mascots, right?
Yeah, all right. You're welcome.
Hey, where is our ray of sunshine right now? Ready to take everybody out here.
We are going to be watching tonight on ESPN, and coming up, Marlon Wayans is here in Times Square. Stay with us.
Marlon. Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. New details on how Israeli forces killed the leader of Hamas, the mastermind behind the October 7th massacre. The drone footage apparently showing Sinwar's final moments. President Biden calling his death an opportunity to end the war and bring the hostages home.
Opening statements set to begin in the Delphi murders case. Will we finally get to see all the evidence teens Abby Williams and Libby German captured of their suspected killer?
Sam champions skin cancer journey, taking us along as he gets treatment.
I'm not going to enjoy having a longer scar than I thought I was going to have, but that's the way it's going today.
What he learned that can help all of us.
Power in Pink. One woman sharing her story about the type of breast cancer you've probably never heard of and how her cakes helped save her life.
It's a celebration for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame from the Dave Matthews Band.
Good morning, America.
To A Tribe Called Quest and Kool and the Gang, how the stars are getting ready for music's biggest honor.
I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
And get ready to laugh. Marlon Wayans is here talking about his very personal new tour and more. As we say, good morning, America.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA.
Good morning, America. Thank you for joining us on this Friday morning. We cannot wait to catch up with our guy, Marlon Wayans.
Yes, big show today. We've also got the pedal to the metal this morning. Ashan Singh, he's out there at the home of the United States Grand Prix in Austin, Texas.
Ashan is taking us inside the race and checks in with some of the biggest names in Formula One.
But first, we're going to have a look at the top stories breaking at 8, starting with the latest on the killing of the leader of Hamas, the mastermind of the October 7th massacre. President Biden calls Sinwar an insurmountable obstacle that has now been removed. Let's go back to our foreign correspondent, Tom Sufi-Burridge, in Israel. Good morning again, Tom.
Hey, Michael. Yeah, Yahya Sinwar was the architect of the deadliest terror attack in Israeli history on October 7. He'd evaded the IDF for more than a year, but incredibly, it was a patrol of Israeli reservists who stumbled across him on Wednesday. There was an intense firefight, the troops using a drone to pursue him into a building, and soon after he was killed. But at that point, the IDF says they had no idea it was Sinwar. In fact, it was only the next day when troops returned to the scene, they realized that they had killed the leader of Hamas and Israel's most wanted terrorist. Taking out Sinwar was a key war aim for the Israeli government. President Biden comparing this moment to the killing of bin Laden, calling Sinwar's death an opportunity to push again for a hostage and ceasefire deal. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu saying the war can end if Hamas lays down its arms and returns the hostages. But this morning, a senior Hamas official saying the group cannot be defeated. Whit.
All right, Tom Sufi-Burridge for us. Thank you. Now to the start of the Delphi double murder trial. Opening statements are set to get underway in the 2017 killings of Indiana teens Abby Williams and Libby German. Our Alex Perez is in Delphi, Indiana with the latest. Alex, good morning.
Hey, good morning. You can see members of the public behind me here lined up to get into the courthouse. Now, the judge has issued a strict gag order in this case, and the jury has been sequestered. Abby and Libby's families say they won't rest until there's a conviction. This morning, nearly 8 years after the murders of 13-year-old Abby Williams and 14-year-old Libby German, opening arguments in the trial of Richard Allen, the man accused of killing the teenagers. The jury, selected from a nearby county and sequestered, made up of 16 people, including alternates, 10 women and 6 men. The bodies of the two friends discovered in Delphi back on Valentine's Day 2017 after they went for a hike at the Manan High Bridge Trail. Libby leaving a trail of evidence for investigators, including this picture she Snapchatted of Abby, this image believed to be of a suspect, and this chilling audio. The judge ruled more than 60 alleged jailhouse confessions Allen made can be used in court.
We believe you are hiding in plain sight.
After years of hunting for a suspect, authorities arrested Allen in 2022 after they say they linked a bullet at the crime scene to his gun. The married father lived in Delphi and worked at the local CVS. The prosecutor's witness list, about 50 people. The defense list, 120 people. And jurors have been told not to discuss this case or watch the news. This trial is expected to go about a month. Guys?
So much attention there, and those families just looking for closure. Okay, Alex, thank you. We turn now to the dramatic rescue near Hawaii. A 17-year-old lost his paddle and had to cling to his kayak for nearly 12 hours. And finally, after those hours of treading water, the Coast Guard spotted him. The teen said he was worried about his mom because, quote, she probably missed me. I can bet. Yes, absolutely. As a parent, we know. Yes. Oh, yeah. Coming up in our GMA Morning Menu, Sam Champion is with us on his skin cancer journey. He has an important message for everyone.
Also ahead, we're gearing up for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony with a look at how the stars are getting ready for their big honor.
Plus, Sam is with Tori for her fall festival deals. Hey, Sam.
And Michael, hey, how are you? This is a big deal. 6 small business owners are telling us their stories, including one that's Shark Tank approved.
A few of
them are Shark Tank approved?
Yeah.
Another one that's Oprah approved. Tori, you can't be the only one who's dropping star names. We've got stars as well. One of the busiest men in show business is here. Marlon Wayans is back with a brand new stand-up tour, Straight from the Heart. And that's coming up. Don't miss it. GMA right here.
Hey, Bruce. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Do you remember what it was like not to be famous? I do. You have the best job in the world.
Hell yes, I do.
Sunday night on ABC.
Welcome back. That looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
you know, I can't remember when the boss wasn't famous. So hearing about that should be very interesting for all of us. And Georgia's special, Bruce Springsteen Backstage and Backstreets, airs this Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern right here on ABC.
That's going to be a good show.
Going to be a good show. But now, involving you, our GMA cover story, a special health journey from our guy, our great friend, Sam Champion. And Sam recently underwent surgery for skin cancer treatment, and he's here to share what happened and help us all protect ourselves. Good morning again, Sam.
Good morning, Michael.
Love you sharing this.
Thank you. We started talking a little bit about it, and so many people were interested in it. We thought we'd continue the conversation. There have been so many advancements in sun protection, sunscreen, laser treatments for precancerous areas. So I hope that one day no one has to go through surgery to get rid of skin cancer. But right now, we have to keep our eye on our skin, our hands on our skin, be very vigilant, and notice any unusual spots. And if those spots start to change, immediately get care.
Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Michael.
When I'm not bringing you the weather,
13 inches of rain already before the tropical moisture gets there.
I love nothing more than being outside. But these days, I wouldn't think about going outside without sunscreen. It wasn't always the case.
I don't even have any way of counting how many times I had blistering sunburns. You know, that was just the story of my life.
I recently had to step away from the studio to treat some skin cancer. It's not my first bout with the life-threatening disease, but this time I got a biopsy on a spot right under my eye, which turned out to be a nodular basal cell carcinoma.
We came in to do one particular spot.
These skin cancers can grow like icebergs. So sometimes we only see the tip of the iceberg, on the top of the skin. And then as we go down and cut through, we actually see it get wider or deeper.
2 weeks ago, Dr. Rossi performed Mohs surgery at Memorial Sloan Kettering to remove my cancer.
So Mohs is a technique of surgery where not only do we just cut it out, but we actually look at it under the microscope in real time while you're waiting. And we can actually track the margins and look at it in the depth, but also the periphery. We just want to get out the cancer.
The cancer larger and deeper than I expected.
I'm not going to enjoy having a longer scar than I thought I was going to have, but that's the way it's going today.
Dr. Rossi also performed laser treatment using a CO2 laser to remove some of these dark precancerous spots on my face.
Some of this, all of this back in here, all of that there, all of this back here.
And those are precancers that can eventually lead to more skin cancer. So we want to nip that in the bud.
While I can't go back in time, these days we know more, and I don't leave home without putting on sunscreen.
It's good to get into the habit of using it every day because it'll be habitual and then you'll keep using it and you won't forget. So even the UV as a child, can wreak havoc later on.
So listen, the scar is not the problem. The skin cancer is the problem. So we got rid of that. The next phase of my journey will be scar care. And trust me, there's a lot of advancement in that as well. So there's no need to worry, even if you have to hear the words from the doctor that you need surgery.
And you just got your stitches out. So how are you feeling and healing?
Yeah, truly, just yesterday we got them out. And there's some scabbing along the line, so I can't put any makeup or do any skin care or scar care on this just yet. And it may be weeks before that scabbing ends. So there are lots of scar treatment options as well that I've discussed with my doctor. I want you to know about them. There's laser therapy. That's going to adjust the color for any redness or any dark spots in color in a scar. Silicone patches make sure you get a nice, smooth result and healing in a scar. Also, a lot of people have been telling me that they trust bio oils. So trust me, Michael, you know me. I'm going to try all of these things, and I'll tell you how they work, and I'm going to end up looking like I'm 20 years old by the time this goes.
You already look 20 years old. How you going to do that? You're going to be an infant on the show. But a lot of people, they talk about applying sunscreen.
Yeah.
You just don't know how much to apply, but your doctor gave you a good rule of thumb.
He did. And remember, we avoided sunscreen because it was always goopy. So when you put it on, and it was just this horrible white cast. The other thing I want to say before we get into this and about the sunscreen, so hold the prompter right there because I want to read that. But no matter how old you are, my first one was at 26, no matter what your skin tone, your skin type, your skin color, they're cutting skin cancer off of everybody. So it is everybody's issue. Now, micronized mineral-based sunscreens mean you can put a lot on and it'll just disappear effortlessly into your skin. Let me show you what Dr. Rossi was talking about, how to apply it. So remember all that old goopy stuff that used to be so heavy? He says like the 2-finger rule. So I'm going to put this out on 2 fingers here. That's generally enough to spread into your face, get around your neck right here. Don't do the tops of your ears, and don't forget the back of your ear there. Make sure you get your scalp line in and all of that. I just look at that.
Do it
Look how
liberally.
quickly that amount just went right in there.
And remember, you get out of the swimming pool, reapply.
Reapply.
Right.
Yep, reapply. Yep. So how about if we lighten this up a little bit? This is the first time I've ever moisturized while I do pop news. so there's several firsts that are happening around here. All right, pop news this morning. Let's get going. Hey, let's forget our daily affirmations this morning, and I'll just start with a question. Are you ready to rock and roll?
Oh, yeah.
Because the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is gearing up for their biggest ever ceremony to induct the class of 2024. Now, you know it was Kiss who sang the rock and roll all night long party every day. Well, they were inducted exactly 10 years ago. And now this weekend, even more legends are going to get music's highest honor, including the Dave Matthews Band. It's long overdue. This morning, we've got exclusive footage of the Grammy-winning band rehearsing ahead of their performance tomorrow, where none other than Oscar winner, I gotta stand to say her name, Julia Roberts, will induct them into the Hall of Fame. And Dave Matthews himself told us how he feels about that honor. Check it out.
It's a little bit strange. It's not in my wheelhouse, but also then all the people that are here, it's kind of crazy. All these people that are my heroes, and then I get the Jimmy Buffett is being brought in. I feel really honored about that.
He's such a humble guy. He hates to talk about himself. And you, sir, are really an amazing person. The Dave Matthews Band, they're one of the top-selling live acts of all time. And they are the only band with 7 consecutive albums
debuting at number 1.
Wow.
That deserves a bow. Also this morning, the entire city of Cleveland, which is the home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, is all ready to rock the entire weekend long. And that includes, Michael, it's the second time I'm doing sports this morning, the Cleveland Browns. They just announced their first ever Rock and Roll Hall of Fame game. Now, the two things, entertainment and sports. This is Sunday, their matchup against the Bengals. The Browns are planning on honoring this year's inductees throughout the matchup, from a pregame fan celebration of Ozzy Osbourne at the team's official tailgate. Haven't you always dreamt of tailgating with Ozzy Osbourne?
Yes, that'll get you fired up for the game.
With merch, guitar smashing photo ops, you got it all.
Eating bats, everything.
If there's a bat, a wayward bat, it could happen. Hey, Cool in the Gang's Robert Bell is also taking on the coin toss there.
Nice.
And Foreigner, remember? You remember Urgent? Come on, Brad, give me another one. Another Foreigner one. Cold as ice, all those. They're performing the halftime show. That's going down this Sunday. And finally, a perfect pitch tribute. Hollywood A-listers are showing their support for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this week, with Lara announcing Zendaya as Cher's presenter.
Wow.
I'm in,
Amazing.
Totally in. Like, I'm mesmerized and I have to see it. Earlier this week, Kevin Bacon performs a tribute to Kool and the Gang's 1981 certified gold single, Get Down on It. Bacon getting together with his own brother to honor the brothers being inducted tomorrow. Check out this cover song. Really, I just need a little bit more hip action, but it's really close. Kool and the Gang released their debut album 55 years ago, going on to put it number 1, like hits like Celebration, Ladies Night, the 2024 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony streams live this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern on Disney+. And, of course, New Year's Day, you can watch a primetime special featuring standout moments and performances and highlights from our favorites. That's at 8 p.m. on January 1st. It's all right here on ABC.
Love it. Big weekend. Thank you, Sam. Ginger, over to you.
Ladies' night gets me every time. It makes me want to move. Thank you. It's great to have you back, Sam.
It is time now for Deals and Steals. Tori Johnson is back with 6 small business owners to show us their products.
I'm so
happy.
excited.
We have the owners. They showed
We
us
have
in the
the
studio.
owners here. We've got everybody here, and we've got some of my favorite products.
Some of my favorites and something that, is up my alley. Not your typical air freshener for your car.
Christian told me that Drift makes the best car air fresheners. I happen to agree. The only thing he and I disagree on is we have 2 different favorite scents. Mine is amber.
Okay.
Go ahead and smell it. Mine happens to be teak. Okay. So these air fresheners are made out of sustainable wood with premium fragrances. They just clip right onto your visor.
Well, how about I just get both and put them in separate cars?
Different cars.
Where I don't have to choose to get in trouble with anybody.
Choose and get in trouble. The amber is insane. It's so good. But no matter what you choose, your car is going to smell amazing. Today's the day to get in on them because you guys have hooked us up. A 3-pack is 50% off, $16.
Oh, wow.
It's so
They're all
good.
fantastic.
We got you,
It's
Michael.
so good. You know what else is fabulous? My favorite Sephora find from Lawless Beauty.
Clean products.
Yes, clean products. This little one right here, Daisy Pink, my favorite.
Yeah, that's named after my daughter. And what is so special about this gloss is it's clinically proven plumping. So when you put it on, it just smooths those lines, increases volume. It's glossy, but it also works long term.
And something else I love about it, a lot of times plumpers have a little sting. There is no sting in this. It's just shine, you feel great, you look great. It's fabulous. Every single thing from Lawless, I was telling Annie, your girls, they'd love these. They'd love these. Your girls will love them. All half price. Dad's gonna like that they're all half price starting at $10.50.
Thank you.
All right, the Rap Life.
New York-born business right here.
10 years ago in Brooklyn, then named one of Oprah's favorites. And you say when you put one of these on, it's transformative.
Yes, you're going to stand taller, you're going to be more confident, you're going to feel regal like a queen wearing a crown.
And what's the most important part that you told me about your face?
Oh, yes. It's like an instant facelift. It's like a little snatch.
Oh, yeah.
So
Who doesn't want that little face snatch?
Absolutely.
Champion, you want to look 20 again like you said earlier.
Exactly.
Right here.
right here. You want to take some years off your face. You put one of these on your head. You've brought us a huge assortment from the Raglan.
Like that.
Everything slash and half starts at $8.
$8.
Yes.
Cannot beat that.
All right.
All right.
Olive oil, some of the best. Gloria was an olive oil sommelier in Spain. Super fancy. That means she knows every single thing about olive oil, and you decided to bring that passion from Spain to America so that we could have some of the healthiest, best tasting olive oil.
Yes, our olive oil is extra. It's early harvest, it's fresh, full of antioxidants and flavor. Just with a drizzle, it elevates any dish.
You want to give it a try?
Please.
Yeah, why not? Take a dip.
It makes food fun, simple, and healthy. And together with our Californian balsamic and spices, a celebration for the mouth.
Oh, I'm celebrating him.
You're celebrating? It's so good. It's
really good.
And it's good even if you just have the olive oil plain, but when you mix it like Gloria is suggesting, it's phenomenal. But no matter how you have it, today's the day to get it. All 50% off. You will not be sorry. It's delicious.
You will not be sorry. That's fantastic. Thank you.
Fantastic. All right. If you've got any kind of body aches and pains, Chirp makes a pain relief product for you. You're going to show us one.
Yeah, this is our 3-in-1 muscle roller, great for anything that you've done that hurts anywhere. So you just take it out, roll it on your leg. I can hit you in your back, Michael. Get the shoulders. Feels awesome.
Let's make Clayton do the real thing.
Okay.
Let's make Clayton do the real thing.
Yeah, this is
here.
our Chirp Wheel massaging feature. You just pop it on, get on the ground, get that vibration massage. Lay on it. Oh, the pops, the cracks. Oh, yeah. Feels so good.
Back pain, no
feels
more.
awesome.
Shock tank approved, but back pain,
That's
no
right.
more.
Feel that
And that
vibration shake.
got that vibration in there. This is the real deal. Everything from Chirp today, 50% off.
Okay. I need to chirp that.
Sold.
Happy rolling.
Here, I got it. I got you.
Put that right
Sold.
there.
All right.
Sold to me.
So we're
Thank you.
Sticking with some fitness here, Bala makes the most modern, innovative, fabulous fitness products that really are designed to inspire you to move. I've been wearing this bangle, getting a little resistance in, so you can wear this to the grocery store while doing a TV segment. It's a 1 pound weight here, but you've got more stuff.
This is our jump rope. It's actually weighted, so you're gonna tone your arms while getting your cardio in. These are our resistance bands. They're very great for on the go. I bring them everywhere for traveling.
You know, I love this because even if you don't want to jump rope like Eddie, he's not going to jump rope. He can just sit on the couch and watch TV and get exercise.
And you get some exercise in. That's what is so
something
spectacular about Bala. It is really for everybody, and it's all 50% off today.
And it's all beautiful.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah. Thank you all. Fantastic.
Thank you
Fantastic
all.
products. You know, we partner with these companies on these great deals. You can get them by heading to our website. And coming up, Marlon Wayans is here. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to GMA, live from Times Square.
Oh, we're already laughing during the break. Oh, boy. And, you know, we always, every time, is the best time with this guy. Our next guest, he's an actor, writer, producer, director. Man, what can he do? And a big stand-up comedian who's currently touring the country on his Wild Child tour. Marlon Wayans, welcome back to GMA.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate those applause. Now I will take these cool shades off. You thought I was gonna rock an Usher, huh? Only R&B dudes can wear shades all the time. But you know, I thank you guys. I know you was big up in my fashion. You know, my son says I'm stealing his swag, and I said, boy, you better go look at me in the '90s. You stealing my swag. Don't follow kids. I followed my son with swag, and he got me to do skinny jeans. And then he left and got baggy. And I was mad because I was stuck in the skinny jeans. Like, no, literally. I
literally stuck in
those pants were so tight, like you can see the hair growing on my legs.
Well, we have no threat of that with those pants on, man. You're back on the fashion grind. But you were here just a few months ago.
Yes.
You've been on this tour. You've been doing all that. When do you ever take a break?
I'm trying to catch up to your money. Here's the thing. When do you take a break? Mr. Good Morning America, then you on Sunday football, do you sleep?
Yeah, I sleep.
I'm trying to get, and here's the thing, I want George's money because he got a day off. How you get a day off? You got the weekend, boy. I want George's pockets. Never mind you. I'm tired of your money. money. Where's George's shorts?
My short money.
Well, you know, we love to laugh with you, but you also make your tours personal. Your last one was about losing your parents.
Yes.
This one is about your child Kai.
Yes. Well, this one is more about. I like to pull from things that hurt me and go, what's funny about it? Because that's my initial reaction as a comedian, as a person. Something hurts me or I don't feel comfortable, and I just go, what's funny about it? And I think that when you pull from that, what you find is you're not just telling jokes, you're actually healing people. Because as you're healing yourself, you're actually giving therapy to somebody else. It's like a therapist, right? Instead of paying them $150, just come see me for an hour and pay me $55. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
But it's a love letter. I think it's more of a love letter. It's about Kai because I have a trans child, Kai, and it's more not them. It's more about me. It's more about my transition, and it's more of a love letter to the world, like of how to get through whatever you're going through in life. That there's there's a rainbow at the end of every storm. So it's more about acceptance. It's more about love, and I throw myself under a bus, and I let people see just my vulnerability.
Yeah, that's the history kind of comedy, I think, doing
Good
all the things
comedy.
that you do with it. Yeah.
Yes.
I want to talk about the Rick Owens, but I need to thank you for something
about the boots.
first. Rick
Owens, give me my deal.
I'm crazy about the boots.
But see how I wore one pant leg down?
Yeah,
because he was like, why do you wear one pant leg up and one pant leg down? And that's just how he said it too. And I was like, when you pay
Our stage manager Eddie, by the way.
When you pay $1,500 for boots, I want to show all. I may do a handstand at some point with these boots.
Both pant legs up.
Come here, come and show these walking shoes.
Eddie.
Like, I think they're not swaggy. Like don't go to a club in those. Those them shoes, those ain't for running. Those are for walking real fast. He got these shoes on. You can outwalk anybody. That's the fastest walking man in New York.
Don't show us any more of that leg, Eddie, please.
I wanted to say thank you to you too, because you did a Pride post and you got a little backlash on it. And did that surprise you at all? I mean, in the world that we're in today, but man, you've been around a while, and I thank you for doing it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I was mad. First of all, I was like, how you be mad at my Pride post? I was in really good shape in that picture. If you look at them arms, you see the arms in that. But I honestly, it's like I support. This is my child, right?
Yeah.
And I went to performing arts high school. You know what I mean? This is part of the world and part of the community. I think love and acceptance is for everybody. You don't get to judge. You are not God. Only God can judge. And at the end of the day, we should live in this world. We should just love each other no matter what. I don't care who you sleep with, what you do. As long as you're a good person and you're contributing something beautiful to this world, we all need laughter. We all need healing. We all need love.
That's the truth.
That's all.
And I love how you've been open and honest about your evolution through this process.
And I'll fight somebody. That's my job. I don't take that bullying. I fight people. I'm from New York streets, public school, PS11 all day.
All right, let's look to the future a little bit. You got your comedy tour coming up, but also making a movie with Jordan Peele called Him. What can you tell us about that?
It's a great movie. Jordan Peele is a visionary, and Monkey Paw Productions is a great film. My co-star Tyreek Withers is great, and Justin Tipping, who directed the movie, is a visionary, young visionary, and I can't wait for y'all to see it. I think it's my most complex performance. It's a psychological horror thriller set in the world of football. Y'all gonna be scared, for real. You don't see the crazy in me? You don't see the crazy?
Not at all.
I got like 9 personalities. I keep the 10th one locked in a closet.
But one of them, let's talk about Marlon Wayans.
Oh yeah,
because you've been posting all these things on Instagram or whatever, one of these posts, Instagram, about some of your horror movies, your comedy horrors. What's your favorite one? Do you have one?
I have this sick thing. Like I said, I take the things that's not supposed to be funny and go, what's funny about it? I think that's my family's recipe, is what's funny about something that's not funny. What's funny about horror movies? And that's what we've made a living of. I did Haunted House, I've done Scary Movie, I did Curse of Bridge Hollow on Netflix, I've done sketches on Halloween. Because it's so scary, I think when you have that tension, we like to break it with laughter. And I think my favorite one would probably be the classic Scary Movie.
Yes.
That's the one I think is the best horror comedy I think to exist, and not because it's mine, but go check it out if you haven't seen it. If you've been living under a rock, please.
Well, if they don't see you there, what they can do instead of paying $150 for some therapy, they can just go see your show.
My man,
right?
I like
there
that
you go.
swag.
I got you.
See,
man.
that's why you and her match, because you on point.
Yes.
That was telepathic right there. He was like, I'm wearing
We don't even talk about our outfits
wearing
before the show, man. And you guys, go get your ticket for Marlon's Wild Child Tour at MarlonWayansOfficial.com. Appreciate you being here,
Thank
man.
you,
As always.
Thank you. I love you guys too.
Eddie, keep the pants leg down. Just because Marlon said it doesn't make you cool. There we go with the Usher shades on.
That was so good. That was so good. And we're back now with Formula One and the rock stars of racing. The final leg of the 2024 Formula One season kicks off in Austin, Texas this weekend with the United States Grand Prix. Now, Ashan Singh met the drivers and got a chance of a lifetime to ride around the track for a hot lap. He joins us now from Austin. Hey, Ashan, how was your hot lap, my friend?
Morning, Sam, and it is the drama and tension Formula One fans old and new have been waiting for here in Austin at the United States Grand Prix. The championship is wide open for the first time in a couple of years. We got the inside track to find out who's got the edge heading into race weekend.
It's lights out, away we go. All right, lights out, and away we go.
It's a Texas-sized start to the final leg of the 2024 Formula One season at the Circuit of the Americas track.
I love Austin, always. You come here, the fans are so excited for F1. It's a great track, a lot of high-speed corners.
Hundreds of thousands are expected to attend this weekend's races.
This Austin track is a favorite for drivers. It's about 3.4 miles and has 20 turns, and it's been freshly repaved, so these guys should be flying.
McLaren taking the lead into the weekend for the Constructors' Championship, a title held by Red Bull for the last 2 years.
What do you and Lando have to do to work together to make sure that you guys can secure the championship to close the year out?
We've been consistently the highest scoring team each weekend for a couple of months almost now. So if we just keep doing the same thing, we'll be good. We've got a little bit of a lead.
And currently leading the Drivers' Championship, Red Bull's Max Verstappen.
There are never any guarantees, when you come back. Every year is different.
Ferrari's Charles Leclerc says next year he's ready for some new motivation when Lewis Hamilton joins the prancing horse.
What are you looking forward to about teaming up with Lewis Hamilton?
One is I'll be able to learn from one of the best ever in our sport, if not the best ever. And second, I'll be able to show what I'm capable to do against Lewis in the same car.
I couldn't pass up the chance to put the pedal to the metal on the speedway.
About to hit the pavement, burn some serious rubber, but first, safety first.
From the circuit to the paddock, we had to see if the driver's love for the Lone Star State went beyond the track with some old-fashioned Texas talk.
We're gonna play a little bit of a Texas talk game. I'm gonna fire off some phrases to you, and we're gonna basically see if you can kind of guess what they mean. This ain't my first rodeo.
It's not my first time.
A hog killing time.
Hog killing time. Hog killing time.
You want me to use it in a sentence?
Yeah, please.
Oh man, I'm having a hog killing time.
Well, I'm having a great time, but I wouldn't have. I'm not too sure how that works out.
And guys, I'm not sure about some of that Texas talk myself, but we did have a hog killing time on the track. And while it's no secret that this is the driver's favorite place to race, the stage is set for a crazy showdown here in Austin.
Ashan, I'm so glad you did it. That was fun. Hog killing time. Didn't have
Sam
that.
says that all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Right now, you can catch all the action at the United States Grand Prix on Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern on ABC, but also ESPN+. Hey, GZ, what do you got?
No, I've got a hog killing time over here, too. Interestingly enough. But truly, imagine vacationing with your favorite Disney characters and in locations from movies and parks that you love. Yep, it's all at sea. Disney has unveiled the Disney Adventure. It's a new cruise ship that features 3 all-new attractions in an adventure zone that feels like you're in the Marvel Universe. There are lots of activities and entertainment in Toy Story Place, Marvel Landing, and so many more exciting locations. Bookings on this Disney Cruise Line adventure open on December 10th and set sail in 2025. You can check it out.
We are now turning to Power in Pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month and a type of breast cancer you likely have never heard of. It is called micromets, and we talked with one woman about her experience with it. Joelle Obsatz is known for her cakes, especially this pink one, which she says saved her life.
If it wasn't for that cake, I wouldn't be here.
As an owner of Butterfield Market in New York City, Joelle had an idea, a yearly breast cancer awareness cake. The first one launched in 2020.
I just thought, let's just do something fun and raise awareness. When the cake first came out, I was talking with my friend and I said, I'm late for a mammogram. And she was too. So we made a deal to get mammograms.
But life and cakes got in the way. A couple of years passed before she and her friend finally got around to getting those mammograms. And that's when she got a diagnosis of breast cancer.
Wow, I have cancer. And which was shocking because here we were trying to raise awareness for it. I just never expected that result.
And something else she didn't expect, micromets or micrometastases were found in her lymph nodes.
A micromet is any amount of cancer cells that measures between 0.2 and 2 millimeters in size.
Micromets are too small to be seen in a mammogram. They're about the size of the tip of a pencil and only detectable under a microscope. For Joelle, they didn't affect staging or treatment recommendations. But not willing to take any chances with her health, Joelle opted for a double mastectomy. She's grateful that her favorite food helped save her life.
It has so much more meaning this year. I look at this cake and all I want to do is eat it. I'm like, you saved my life. Go get your mammogram. It's easy, it's simple, it can save your life.
And we love Joelle sharing the story, sharing her delicious cake as well, but it's really about talking.
Yeah.
It's about acknowledgement, and early detection is key in all of this. Wow. Thank you to Joelle. Coming up, the best-selling author of the first novel in our GMA Young Adult Book Club is here. Stay with us.
Welcome back, and our GMA Book Club is expanding, and joining us now is Sabaa Tahir, New York Times bestselling author of our debut GMA Young Adult Book Club pick, an epic new fantasy called Heir. Sabaa, welcome to GMA. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So what does it feel like to have the first GMA Book Club pick for young adults?
Oh my gosh, it's incredible. My readers are really excited, especially the ones who have been with me from the beginning, from my first series, because this world that they love is now going to be introduced to a wider audience. Fantasy fans are thrilled because fantasy doesn't usually get picked for book clubs, so it is all around just a wonderful feeling.
So you mentioned your fans, and you mentioned the hit Heir. It's set in the same world as the New York Times best-selling series, An Ember in the Ashes. What can you tell us about this story?
Yeah, so Heir is a young adult fantasy. It takes place in a world inspired by ancient Rome. And there are 3 characters whose lives are intertwined. The first is an orphan who's out for vengeance. The next is an outcast who's very much out for herself. And the last is a crown prince who's trying to save his empire. They are all linked by a murderer who is wreaking havoc on the world they live in. So this is a book with magic and mayhem and romance and found family and really all the things that I love to read. I put into this book.
And we were talking earlier, you have a 15-year-old son.
Yes.
And he was like instrumental, right, in providing some ideas for this? What was his role in that?
He loves flight, and this book has a lot of flight in it. And he was also, he read my books when he was 13. I actually forbade them. I said, you're not allowed to read these because I wanted him to read them, and he got very curious.
Reverse psychology.
Reverse psychology,
okay, I like
yes.
It. I like
it worked perfectly well. And after he started, I caught him a few weeks later, 1 a.m., ripping through the 4th book with a flashlight under his blanket. So it was like the greatest moment of my parenting life.
So it worked. It all came together.
Totally worked, yeah.
I talked about your fans earlier, and apparently they like to ask you questions about your novels. And apparently one of the questions that's very popular is, why are you so mean to your characters? How do you explain that to them?
So there's the obvious reason, which is that it's entertaining, and I like to drink reader tears with my coffee in the morning. But there's also a deeper reason, and that is that I look at the world around me, and I am often like hurt and troubled by what I see happening all over the world, particularly internationally. And so I find that we don't necessarily, as a society, connect to what's happening to people. So I create these characters that you love, that you root for, and then I hurt them because I want you to hurt too. I want you to feel what I feel.
Feel that pain.
Yeah, to feel that pain when I look at the world, and kind of connect with your fellow human wherever they might be. But also, it is just really entertaining.
It's just fun.
It's just
at the
fun.
end of the day.
Yeah.
We don't have much time left, but there's already a sequel in the works. Is that right?
That is right. I'm working on the sequel, trying to write as fast as possible. Your favorite characters will not be safe. You have been warned.
Sabaa Tahir, thank you so much for your time
Thank
this morning.
you.
I really appreciate it. And again, Heir is on bookshelves right now.
Tonight, could two of the most infamous killers ever soon be headed toward freedom?
Lyle and Eric Menendez making new headlines.
Everyone has an opinion on them. Now, new interviews, breaking new details, 2020, tonight on ABC.
It is quite the story, and you can see all of Juju's report on tonight's 2020 special, Menendez Brothers, Reversal of Fortune. It's at 9/8 Central, right here on ABC.
And you can get more GMA in your day with GMA Live, streaming on ABC News Live all weekend long. Everybody, thank you, and have a great day. Whit, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.
GMA.
Yes.